Okay, at the end of the last video got cut off. I was getting interrupted. But adding and subtracting polynomials. So you should have put a 1 outside the parentheses, and when you distribute it, remember, it just doesn't change anything. It just gets rid of the parentheses. Now you just combine like terms. So after you combine like terms, you should have gotten 9x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, so that's horizontal method. You can also vertically align them if you like, and then you would line up the terms of the first one here, and then the second one, just make sure that the x squareds are lined up, the x's are lined up, and then the numbers are lined up, and you can add down and get the same exact answer. So that's vertical format. So in this example, after you can ignore the parentheses since they're both adding. There's just a positive one out front of it. So then you just combine your like terms, or if you line it up vertically, you have 3y to the third power. There's no y squared, but there's a y, or plus 2y, and plus 1. On the second one, there's a y squared, not a y to the third power. So you'd have to put the y squared in between the y to the third power and the y. And then the negative 1 matches up here. And then you would just drop everything straight down if there's nothing to add it to. So when you're done, you should get 3y to the third power plus y squared plus 2y, and then these two ones cancel. So then you're left with that. So you should be fine on the next three. Reminder of perimeter. You go all the way around the sides. So you need to add up all 4 sides. Subtracting. It's a little bit different because this negative in the middle of the parentheses will make a huge difference. You have to remember to distribute the negative 1. The positive 1 doesn't change anything on the outside of these parentheses. It just turns 5x plus 2. But this negative 1 is definitely going to change everything to its opposite. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2x squared. Negative times negative is a positive. Negative times 4 is negative 4. So then you should be able to combine like terms. If you line it up vertically, I'm putting the x squared out front because there's no x squared on the top one. You have to remember to distribute that negative as well. So when you distribute that negative, this turns to positive, positive, and that one turns to negative. And then you would add straight down. Alright, so you should be fine on this one. Okay, on this one it looks really tricky, but you just have 3 terms. This is a whole term. This is a whole term, and this is a whole term. So you have 3 like terms. That's my only hint on that one. But don't forget to distribute your negative 1.